Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode.
Welcome back to another episode. I don't know why. I never can nail these things, so might as well just get it awkward as soon as we can.
That was really well done, Amanda.
Thank you.
And today is actually right about this time. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to me, that's for sure.
3 months ago, right about this time to the day of this recording, we were at the ER.
Didn't know what was going on.
Thinking it was just stress or something else, only to be about an hour away from now to find out it was not that at all.
Not a full-on brain cancer. It wasn't just headaches.
It wasn't just headaches.
It was not TMJ.
It was not TMJ.
We can finally conclude it is not TMJ.
Yeah, we can rule that out. So, happy anniversary to that.
Yeah.
It has been 3 months that has felt both like a marathon and a continuous sprint.
Yeah, it's like right. Yes.
And today is a big day because you have officially finished radiation treatment today.
Yes. That is incredible. It was definitely easier than I thought radiation was going to be. I had no, like a lot of things, I didn't Google a lot of things. I didn't Google my diagnosis. I didn't Google anything about it. And I feel like it was relatively simple. I just was put on lay down, and then they radiated on me for maybe a minute. And
is that the technical term, radiated on you?
I don't know. Wait.
Well, we'll go with that.
Okay. Yeah, brain cancer. But it was really effortless, and we got to know the people that worked there, and people that were also there getting treatment, and I feel like we found some friends.
Yeah.
For actual friends that we can't wait to hang out with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. Do you feel, going through it the way you did, and do you find that I think those are two things right there, not Googling stuff, so you're not putting a suggestion in your mind of how it's supposed to be. I think that's a really challenging thing, right? Is we go out there and we Google something, it gives us a suggestion of what other people's experiences is, and then we start to assume that will be ours too, and so we can convince ourselves of certain things or certain symptoms, and that may not even been our experience otherwise.
Yeah.
But that aside, are there any things that you can think of over the last 6 weeks that you can attribute to navigating it as well as you did?
Yes, my friend Kelly. I would say Kelly has been the unsung hero and this other girl named Amber, who she is going to be going on 6 years in September, and then Amber is going on 10 years. And they have been the voice of reason. They've been just a champion that let's do as much as we can, and let's stay positive. And they both immediately said attitude was going to be crucial in going in this. They both talked about exercise. They both talked about certain things, and just having people in my real life going through this, I didn't feel alone. I never felt alone. I had so many friends and family, but I would say Amber and Kelly have been, these people that it's like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know how anything's going to turn out, but having them and their expertise, because they are living with it. They're living through it. They're doing so well, and it's like, I'm very thankful for them.
We've talked about that quite a bit through this, about how important it is to find your Roger Banister and whatever it is you're doing. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Roger Banister's story, he was the first human to break a 4-minute mile back in the 1950s. At the time, it was widely believed that if a human being ever tried to surpass a speed that had been previously unsurpassed, that their innards, their lungs, their heart would actually implode and it would kill the person. So for so long, nobody came close to it. Right? We just talked about that. You have a suggestion and you're going to believe in the suggestion. People aren't doing it. Well, one day Roger Banister decides that's not going to be him, and he pushes himself and he ends up running under 4 minutes in a mile. Now, what's most remarkable about that is not just his feat alone, but what happened afterwards. Because he did it and because nothing happened to him, he didn't explode, he didn't die, within several weeks, several more people did the same. And now, if any of you just finished watching the Olympics, you'll note that running a sub 4 minute mile is not only routine, but if you run a 4 minute mile, you wouldn't even qualify for the Olympics because these people are running so much faster than that. The idea of finding a Roger Banister in whatever it is you're facing in life, somebody who has done what you're setting out to do, and they have proven that the impossible is possible, but also it's a much better belief to install in yourself than listening to the doubt or the suggestions of what could happen. Instead, look at it for real people who have accomplished what you want, and then now you know what to focus on of what can happen.
Yeah. I mean, I am so thankful for those two. Absolutely thankful.
Is there anything, now being three months since this all started, looking back on it, is there anything that, lessons learned or insights you had, or just words of wisdom that have come from living this the last 3 months?
Well, once again, to quote Kelly, she says, and she does, that she lives her life like every single day is a gift. And I really latched on to that even before talking to Kelly and her husband, and just how important it is just to live that day to day. Is like, I mean, I don't know if you remember when we almost got hit by the car on our little walk.
Yes.
So it's like, even though you're in this diagnosis,
you think you're gonna get it this way, but
but no, you're actually just someone's going the wrong way, and you're gonna get run over even within the first 3 months of treatment, right? And so I feel like, really, it's easy to get caught up on like dumb stuff, like, I don't know, whatever is dumb to me is probably not dumb to other people, but
But that example is such a great example and testimony to you living this, because there was a time pre-May 19th, 2024, where if that same incident would have happened and the person almost ran you over, you would be out there flipping them off, cussing, yelling, and then you'd spend the next few days,
I'll kill him!
Yeah, being angry and upset about it, and you would allow that person who probably didn't even know what was going on to dictate your entire life. But instead now you're able to laugh at it, you're able to have, you're able to turn into a kind of an example of it, you're able to let it go. That's such a transformational thing, and I think it's also just a beautiful testimony to you living that experience.
But I also wonder if I would still have road rage if I had my driver's license. Because there's been a couple times where I'm like, oh, get out of my way, and I'm not even in the driver's seat.
But I think the difference is having a momentary reaction versus, I think what I'm talking about is having a momentary reaction versus holding on to it and turning that into your narrative, allowing the person who doesn't even know you exist to dictate your experience of life. Right? Because now what you're doing is you're deliberate, you're intentional, you're waking up, you're grateful for the day, you watch shows that make you laugh.
Oh yes, stand-up comedians have been everything.
Yeah, you're constantly telling people how much you love them. Thank you, I'm so grateful for you. Every day you tell how you're just grateful for another day. That's such a transformation from the person who would have been before just getting pissed off at that person for almost hitting you, and then going and telling you wouldn't believe this jerk, he almost did this, blah blah blah, and that would have carried on for days.
It would not carry on for days. Maybe like 3 hours.
No way. I could find evidence.
No.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that in the next video. I'll present my evidence to the jury.
Okay.
But absolutely. And at the end of the day, I'm complimenting you here.
Okay. Edit that part out then.
No, I think let's cut it. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to today's video? before we wrap up?
It just sounds so stupid and cliche. Is like living this day as your last. And I mean that by like, there are some days where I'm like, I just want to wake up and I want to do treatment and I literally just want to sit on my couch and watch shows, and I hope the cats hang out with me, and that's fine. Like, I don't need to move mountains today. Like, I'm just living, and I hope I can get a nap in. And then other days I'm a little more productive, but like, I mean, you don't have to live this like grand, like every day is like incredible, but just being intentional. Like, if you're gonna be like, I always called myself a trash person, then just be a trash person. Like, YOLO.
No, but I think that's such a great thing, though. Is it's intentional approach for a day and allowing yourself to just be with whatever that is, as opposed to, it's, what is that expression? Comparison is a thief of joy, and many of us will deprive ourselves of joy in the present because we're comparing ourselves to some other person who probably we don't even know about what we think we should or should not be doing, in the hopes that one day that will deliver us a moment of solitude where we can just sit on our couch and watch it shows. We'll do it now.
Yeah, watch the show. That's the end of it. Be a trash person, watch a show, and maybe take some anger management classes.
Okay, well, that's Amanda's motivational seminar for you today. So we'll start wrapping up there. Anyways, this is officially concludes the end of this chapter for her treatment. She now gets a 1 month break before her next MRI, which is September 13th. So keep sending that good energy, love, prayers towards that date. After that, she'll move into 6 months of what we'll call maintenance chemo. We'll get into more of that in a future video because we don't want to run this one too long.
And Optune.
And then Optune, which we'll get into in a future video too, because we don't want to run this video too long.
That's going to be exciting.
That will be exciting. We'll be sure to talk about that. But in the meantime, 3 months to the day of this recording into it, it has been both a sprint and a marathon, and we could not have done the race without all of you. We are so grateful to have you on the journey, and we call it a journey because while this chapter is done, another chapter begins tomorrow. I don't know about you, but tomorrow's chapter is going to be called Taking a Nap for me.
Not going to an appointment.
Yeah,
that's what it's
not
called.
Going to an appointment.
Not poisoning my body.
Not going to a doctor's office, getting a nap in, and we're just, again, so incredibly blessed and thankful to have all of you in our corner. We have so much love in our hearts for each of you, so much gratitude for each of you, and we look forward to continuing on the journey with you. You did it. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.